Okay, I am going to take this image or an image like it and make a usable, cuttable DXF out of it for Fusion 360. Oh, one sec, I got an echo because I've got a Twitch player open on another screen. Close. There we go. So a Langmuir user posted this, or didn't post it, but PM'd me this with the question. So I'm just going to run it through for everybody. So the first thing I would do with an image like this is I would try to get the best copy of an image I could. So I'm going to search this image with Google Lens. Okay, so it recognizes that. Here's another barbecue city that's come up. There's another one. This looks a little bigger and clearer, potentially. So I believe when I copied and pasted this over to here, it said it was 580 by 580. So let's open this one and just see how big it is. And I'm gonna take a look at that file, and that one's 980 by 460, so that one's pretty decent. I'm gonna take that image instead of the provided one, just to have a little higher resolution, and it's the inverted color scheme is helpful. So from here we'll close this and open Converto. So this is a very good file conversion browser software. So I'm going to open that file and I'm going to convert it to a SVG. I find converting it to a DXF can have some undesired effects sometimes. So we'll wait for that to convert. It should only take a second. Well, hopefully it should only take a second. There we go. I'll download that. And now we'll move over to Fusion 360. Now, the member also said that they wanted it 2 by 3 feet roughly, so try to accommodate that. I'm gonna select the XY plane and I will pull out a rectangle that is 3 by 2 feet. Zoom to the extents and finish this sketch. Now I'll insert the SVG we just had made in the Converto browser. And we'll select the XY plane. Make sure you don't select right on top of that. Alright. That looks pretty good to start with. Oh, it's a little funny, eh? Oh, not bad actually. See what it looks like after we place it. So let's put it right there. Sure. Okay. So that looks pretty nice. We'll take our unlock tool in the constraints section. Maybe this is a good time. If you look at the toolbar, it's split up into a few different sections here. We have create tools, so this is actually putting down an image. We have modified tools, which modify those pieces, and then we have constraints, which apply rules to those creations. So, and let's not get too deep into constraints, but fixing and unfixing, what I just did, is a constraint. So we are making it unfixed now, so it has an ability to edit. All right, so let's extrude some of this. Ooh. Oh, they're not in the same sketch. That's fine. So I'll project this. And now I'll see if we can extrude. I think I need to turn off the first sketch so it's not in my way. Yep. So let's extrude all of this, and I know these pieces are going to fall out. But this is good practice to get out of this sketch environment to make it less heavy so we can do some work in it in another sketch. So we're going to extrude this. And we'll extrude it about the thickness of 14 gauge. Perfect. So the problems we're going to have here is the B falling out, the A falling out, the R, and the B falling out. The Q is already solved by this piece of graphic design work here. So that's convenient. So we'll start a new sketch on top of this sketch. And I'm also going to project some of this stuff that wasn't connected because these would have been separate bodies. Okay. So now what we can do is stencilify this. So I don't know, there's a few different ways you could, I guess, on this. What's going to be tasteful though? I prefer taking the bottoms out of my A's, but it might look like an N in this case. Let's do a fairly thin. I'm actually going to just go all the way over to here with that. So I'm going to use the same one, I think. Alright, I'm going to offset that line. Oh. That is very weird. One sec. Offset, not chain select. Okay, perfect. So that's a 1/16 of an inch. That's about an 1/8. That's a 1/4, which should probably hold that part in there. You know, it's about 3/8. Maybe that's more appropriate in case he decides to scale it down. Okay, let's call that good. From here, we'll do the same thing. I could just go this way with it. Save some trouble. I'm gonna go 3/8 again. And it may look like I'm wrecking it here, but when I extrude this stuff, it's not gonna matter. So let's extrude. Oops, this needs to go a little longer. Use the extend tool, I guess. There we go. That's better. Now we'll extrude these pieces to stencilify. Oh, we got some kind of error here. We're gonna have to. Oh, I see. It's gonna be this little piece. Okay, we're not quite ready then. Go back here and we'll see if we can fix this little problem. Nope, I don't want to do that either. I just want this to be simple, so maybe I need 2 arcs. Make that simple. Yeah, perfect there. That's how I want to do it. Extrude now. So in this case, it'll automatically want to join for us. You can see it's changed over here. Let's go in there and take a look. Sometimes there can be some little places that are cut off that we need to select. No, I'm liking that. Okay. So a guy's going to need to mount this too, so let's throw on some bolt holes. I'll do another sketch and I'll just project the outside edge. Okay, and I'm going to hit offset again, chain select. And I don't know, what would a guy want? An inch in for some bolt holes. I'll make this line a construction line too. We'll add some circles to this, some bolt holes. Dimension this. For a deck screw, I find this being a good dimension, but not that. Yeah, right there. But you're welcome to use whatever dimension you want. And now let's extrude these. And I just have the body deselected right now, so makes it a tad bit easier to navigate. Not trying to select through that. So now let's get that body going again. Alright, let's ease the corners. Everyone loves radiuses. Pretty big sign. Let's give it a 1/4 inch radius. That'll look nice. Beauty. Any pieces gonna fall out there? Alright, let's see it in black. So you can always, on a body, you can right click on it and go down to appearance. And in here you can select some options. So let's do some powder coat, black. Beauty. So there's that in powder coated black. And we might as well run through all the CAM. So from now we can just go to manufacturing, setup. I'm going to locate the box point down into the bottom left hand corner. A little bit of extra stock around the perimeter, depending on how we want to line it up. Might even go a hair more than go 1/4 inch. And we'll call this barbecue. Okay. Go into cutting. Select this geometry. I like to use smoothing on this kind of work, the artsy work. Do a micro lead-in radius. Micro lead-in. We'll select some tooling here. That's my go-to for a sign. And let's generate and see what it comes up with. It might skip the TM, it might skip the holes, but let's see how long this takes. Sometimes this process can take a while. In Fusion, it's not just, it's doing a whole bunch of other math and trying to relate it back to, oh, look at that, it did go quickly. Oh, it got everything. I guess that TM's actually pretty big. It's not very sharp because it's a reconstructed vector off an image. So if you needed it really sharp, you would actually have to go replace this with a text tool. You would have to have a very high resolution image to get it super sharp, but that's not too bad. We could simulate it, but not going to go that far. Oh. So that's how you would create that. Now I'll show how to export a DXF file properly from here. I am going to make an NC file for this. So city barbecue, just some normal parameters, post, so that's available to cut now. I'm going to save this as city barbecue. Oops. And let's export an F3D. Perfect. There we go. And move back to design, where if we want a good DXF of what we've now created with all these bodies, create sketch, pick the XY plane. If there's something covering it, you can hold down the left click and it will give you everything under the pointer in those layers. So we want XY, we pick XY, we have a new sketch, and now we'll project the geometry we want to this sketch. Perfect. You can see by this purple lines it's projected this geometry. This is sketch 5. And we are going to save as DXF. So we'll call this city barbecue. And I'll save it one more time. Okay. I'll do a screenshot too. Let's finish this sketch. I want to turn this visibility off. Let's capture image. Oops, excuse me. I'm not 3D printing it, even though it probably would make a file for me. Forgot the Y in my save file name. Alright, so there's an image. Let's make a really high-end image now. I'm going to move this to a different plane just so the shadows are going to work a little better. I'm going to bring it off the ground a little bit. And I might just, oops, rotate it slightly too. Alright, okay. Let's go into rendering. Oh, I might have my music too loud. Sorry, guys. Alright, let's render this thing. Get an environment in here, some grid lighting. Nope. Skylight. A little brighter. Sharp highlights. Rim lighting. Well, not much to go off there. I guess it is just one flat plane. Oh yeah, all those look great. So black, and at the angle it's at, it just has no character at all. Okay, let's call that. Let's see if we get anything. Oh yeah, there we go. this is one's going to be kind of cool. Let's do this one. With a bit of a shadow through. Alright, my computer's like probably stop it. Made it restart that at 10 times. Well, that's not very exciting. Just hard finding a lighting cue that's gonna give you anything off this black one, I guess. Soft lights, snowfield. Let's try snowfield. There we go. Beauty. You can see the texture of the powder coat. Nice. Yeah, I like that. So I'll include all these images and everything on the website. Alright, that's done. I'll save another. City Barbecue 2. Render. Alright, save. Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.